Hello, I'm KHOU 11 Meteorologist Chris Ramirez, and Thanksgiving's behind us, and you might be asking yourself, how does the weather forecast look like as we make our way back to work and school for next week? Well, we're expecting some rain chances on the way, and we could see that as early as Tuesday evening with some coastal showers. So as we look at next week's rain chance, starting on Monday, no rain chance expected as we go back to school on Monday or work, but Tuesday, it's going to become more isolated in nature, more so along the coastal areas. And then Wednesday and Thursday, we will see this rain coverage become a little bit more scattered and widespread, potentially lasting as late as Friday. So a rather wet outlook as we ring in the month of December. So right now, here's what we're looking at. This is as of Saturday afternoon. If you travel south of Houston, you're seeing a lot of cloud cover, overcast skies from Corpus Christi down to the Rio Grande Valley, and they're dealing with some isolated showers that are just offshore, and some of these showers are actually making their way inland. And all of that is associated with a disturbance that's going to be just off the South Texas coast. So seeing that cloud cover slowly starting to move northward going into the next 12 to 24 hours. So the good news is that we're not expecting any rain for Sunday and into Monday. So a rather dry outlook, but as we look at that travel forecast across Texas, we are expecting mostly quiet conditions from Austin to Dallas, even towards the Panhandle, even El Paso dealing with mostly clear conditions. However, like I said, that coastal disturbance that's just off the coast of the Rio Grande Valley, off the coast of South Padre Island, that's going to start bringing rain chances significantly from South Texas. Ultimately, it's going to start moving northward, heading into the next few days. So you see that low pressure system with all that rain across with it. It's going to also increase our atmospheric moisture levels. This is going to start nudging northward, eventually bringing that rain chance to southeast Texas and Houston beginning on Tuesday and becoming more widespread on Wednesday and into Thursday. Could last until Friday. So we could see some moderate to heavy rain at times. It's too early to tell how much rain we're going to get in a little amount of time, but this is the rain potential. We could see between 1 to 2 inches of rain here across southeast Texas until Wednesday. So the good news, though, is that we do need the rain because we're seeing those increasing drought conditions, but we could see some ponding on roadways. So Wednesday and Thursday, the days that you're really going to have to pay attention to the forecast as we head back to work and school post-Thanksgiving. So looking at the rain outlook for the Climate Prediction Center, this is the first week of December, and we're expecting above average precipitation values for much of the South U.S. And that's all thanks to that coastal low pressure system that we're going to be tracking next week. That really is going to be our weather maker for us here across the area. As far as the temperatures are concerned, I know we've had these pleasant fall-like conditions for Thanksgiving with no rain, but we very well could see a warming trend with this as we go into the first week of December. Our average high for this time of year usually around 69, 68 degrees, but we're expecting those high temps to top out into the 70s by the end of this next week. So drought conditions, I was talking about drought conditions a little bit ago, but we are seeing moderate drought conditions slowly starting to creep into portions of Harris County. So any additional rain could help this situation. Of course, we're not as bad as areas out towards the west, north of I-10 near Columbus, where they're still enduring some severe drought. Even San Antonio, extreme drought for that region. But the rain definitely well needed for us, but hopefully we won't get a lot of rain in a little amount of time because that usually creates ponding and some possible flooding concerns. A little too early to tell whether or not that's going to happen, but just keep in mind that we could be looking at wet roadways starting on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this next week. So the days to keep an eye on, mostly Wednesday and Thursday. So have that in the back of your mind to maybe give yourself enough time getting to work or school for Wednesday and Thursday. Maybe leave a little bit earlier and making sure that you have those tires are in top shape because we are expecting slick conditions on those roadways. We don't want no accidents as we ring in December or any other additional expenses as a lot of us are probably going to have to be Christmas shopping and Christmas decorating. But other than that, 7-day forecast, we're going to be mostly quiet for the next 3 days. Saturday and Sunday, highs in the upper 60s, lows in the 40s. And then those temps will start slowly warming up by Tuesday, and that's when that rain chance is going to start increasing for the middle of this next week. So wet conditions, a wet outlook by the middle of the week. So keep an eye on that forecast and those changes. And we will be definitely giving you the latest up-to-date weather information on KHOU 11 News, as well as on KHOU.com and on the KHOU 11 app.